mahal. Don't make sense. Got 41 in the room. I'm going to start talking. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Ish, I shared the link. You can come in whenever you want. Hey y'all, Phoenix is coming live from Bonfouca. We
Yes.
have enjoyed these days. We're gonna be crying when it's time for her to leave.
Yes.
Well, Phoenix, we are. How can I say it? This is our first time live sitting next to each other
Yes. Yes, it
after a
is.
year of doing some lives.
Yep.
So, what y'all think about Phoenix? The Chief is out there live. Phoenix had a good, safe trip. She fought the ice a little bit to get here, and now she's here. And the weather says she can't go home right now. What you think
That's
about
right.
that, Eve? So, this is what we're gonna do it. Okay, Phoenix, I see you starting to get some hearts from Davita. Hey, y'all, I haven't talked to y'all since last year, so I'm gonna say I missed the holidays with you guys. I missed the New Year's, so happy all of those things. And sorry we late getting with you. We had a wonderful year last year, and you all helped make this happen. And we sitting here um, enjoying ourselves at the hotel. Phoenix got a lot to tell y'all about the hospitality of Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we're going to tell you. We will talk about Pierre Jose, but I will start off on how me and Phoenix and
Celestine.
Celestine began to hug each other soon we saw each other. So it wasn't love at first sight. We saw each other on the internet. But it was the first time we really touched each other with love. And they have been experiencing love across town. So let's talk a little bit about Phoenix trip. It says, we were coming live, from Bonfouca, and we got 57 people in the room, and Chief says she don't want to start the show till we have 50.
These 50 people.
So we have
Mm-hmm.
57, and I don't have to introduce my guest. Just told you who she was. We have Celestine and Mimi in the background.
Yes.
So if y'all want to ask them about anything, they'll just come on up on the camera. But we're gonna start off. I see a lot of love out there. Yes, you can join us. Phoenix and find out I got a little better on my class. I was showing them my
Yes.
class so I can zoom her on in. Um, they say the music, Amy, so you can stop the music so they can hear it. It says coming through loud. Okay. All right.
There we go. Hopefully that's better.
Is that okay right there, y'all? Somebody tell me, can you hear us loud and clear?
Drop a one if you can hear us loud and clear now.
Okay, we minus the music for you all. Oh, we up to 60? Okay, Ishmael say perfect.
Perfect. Good.
Here we go. Now I'm going to turn this mic over to my special guest and friend, and she's now officially family.
Yes.
Um, I'm turning it over to her because we're going to go on to several different topics. Davida said the music was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Celestine, she said the music was nice.
Okay, great.
It was soothing.
Yes.
We don't want to put y'all to
Yes.
sleep either. Jazz make me want to relax. And you're going to relax a little bit, but not that much.
Not that
All
much.
right, Celestine, you ready? Over in that Phoenix, holler at you all, and then we're going to talk about several things.
Yes. Well, first of all, let me start by saying it is fantastic to finally get to meet Chief. I got to hug her real tight. Um, the Slidell, Bonfouca, the people are beautiful. When I tell you I've had the best customer service experiences, I mean, from Chick-fil-A to the gas station to the hotel we're staying at, everybody here calls you baby or some sort of term of endearment. There's no litter on the ground. I didn't see a cigarette butt, a candy wrapper, a broken bottle. I didn't see nobody getting locked up, chased down, harassed. It's nothing but love here. Black, white, blind, crippled, and crazy from 8 to 80. Everybody's in love here. It's like one big family. You cannot tell the difference. I haven't experienced that. I don't think ever.
It was a
Right?
little too big for me to put a show on for you, right? If I
It
could put a show on like that, I'm real good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I want to say, Chief is all of that. All that we thought she was. That is, I can confirm that. Everything here, it just feels so much like family. It's absolutely beautiful. We didn't really want to leave. I was supposed to leave tonight, and the weather got us slowed down. So, and I'm quite all
I
right
think you
with
had one of
that.
them prayers. Gavin told me last night when we was selling he's like, Momo, I prayed again and it was answered. I said, what did you pray? I prayed that we had snow or storms so we didn't have to go to school and I wouldn't mess my grades up. So I
Yep.
think Phoenix prayed y'all that
Yes.
something would happen, not hurting anyone, but give her a layover. And she
Yes.
got it. So her and Gavin, them two constables, Amy, they
That's
done
right.
prayed up them an extra day.
That's right. I met the family. Everybody's just beautiful out here. Slidell's a lovely place, an absolutely lovely place, and I mean that. Um, the way everybody makes you feel comfortable, um, perfect strangers, and just treat you like family is really nice. That customer and coming from New York City, you got a whole bunch of rude people and everything. It's everybody here that I've come in contact with, not just one person. Every experience that I've had here is full of love, full of love, and everybody admires and absolutely adores Chief. Yes,
Phoenix had an experience we just discovered today, the hotel where she was. Um, my family is everywhere.
yes,
Like I told
indeed.
Phoenix, people have to really come and see my environment. We are not running around saying, I'm an Indian, I'm
Right,
the chief. I don't have to do that,
right.
and we'll get to the program from yesterday, but I just want you to understand the hospitality that's there and no one is putting that hospitality on. Like
Yes,
she said, she didn't have a chance. She hear me say, I'm not worried about Democrat, Republican.
that's right.
Um, she didn't have a chance to experience why I'm saying that
Yeah.
in person with no one putting on a show. And I said, a real family of mine. We have
Hmm.
love for each other.
Yes,
So she had a
indeed.
chance to experience that.
Yeah.
And, sometimes people put together this fake show of that's my nephew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what's funny, he did not know, I did not know that she was checking into the hotel where he was.
That's right. That's
So
right.
she saw real hospitality.
And I had my own experience this morning with the clerk at the hotel, and we just bonded. We had just great conversation. I mean, everybody. I'm a cigarette smoker. I went down and had my coffee and conversation, and it was just so warm and friendly. And we just started vibing and kicking it. And then when we left the hotel, we took our luggage because we were thinking after we saw Chief, we were going to leave and go to the airport. But we had the hotel room until tomorrow. So I said to him, this Wayne might not let us leave. We're going to take our things, but we're not exactly checking out. So we were gone for a couple of hours. We over here with Chief now. Then I never told that man. He only knew I was here from New York. I never told him who I was here to see or why I was here. He just knew that we were going out, and when the weather got really bad, he called, right? He has access, he has my information. I'm checked into his hotel. So he called to make sure that we was all right. So I get off the phone with him, and then I turn to Amy and Celestine. I said, here it goes again. I said, the hospitality here, that's the gentleman from the hotel that I was talking to this morning, really sweet, kind person. And he called to check on us to make sure we're all right. So I even said, what's his name? And I said, she says, Jeremy. And I'm like, Remy. Remy is the suffix of Jeremy. So we're talking about the same person. That's Chief's nephew. Had no idea. He had no idea I was here to see Chief. I had no idea that that was going to be her nephew. Absolutely great customer service experience. Family oriented to the bone. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful place. I'm telling you, it's a wonderful place.
So they're trying to keep Phoenix,
Yeah.
even the people at the hotel want to keep her, the family want to keep her.
Hmm.
Yep, we do. Chief want to keep her. I think we didn't put in maybe about Celestine, we ought to be at least 50% on getting to look back this way a little bit.
Yeah.
Because she says she's coming back.
Oh, I'll be back.
Ishmael, she says she's coming back in April.
Yes, indeed.
Now, Sharon, as usual, she's editing yesterday's show. Something just didn't want to work right for us to go live, but it is recorded. And we can now say we have celebrated the second annual Pierre Jose Day. I think I loved it. I was just being cheap as usual. We had not only Phoenix and Celestine here as our special guests, we also had our local elected official,
Yes.
past and present. Um, Today we were gonna have people from the military, but we ended up with a storm and it's postponed, not canceled, as they say. And there's gonna be some dynamite stuff come out of that.
Yes.
But in the meantime, um, things have had a chance to walk through the park. She see what I mean about Salmon's name, stamped on stuff that they all have made their money. Um, I would like her to tell you what she feel about what she has seen or as the park. Like I said, I can talk about it all day, but I would like for you all to see it from Phoenix point of view. Something we're gonna get over here too, because I want y'all to get firsthand what they are experiencing. And y'all know I'll leave my. You say nobody leaves they mic and camera, but you. I have no problem with that, but I'm asking Celestine to come around here for a minute, and her and Phoenix go live with you all. That's y'all regular team. I don't have them in the chat box. I have them in the chat room. So I'm gonna step to the side and share my seat, and I'm move. Oh, I want you on mic, baby. Get on there. They don't need to see my face.
Peace, everyone. Welcome to everybody in the chat. Welcome, Urban Indian, and all the listeners and followers. Don't forget to share the video out,
Like the video.
and subscribe if you haven't.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we are having a beautiful experience here in Bonfouca. This is what it was originally known as, Bonfouca, the headquarters of where everything was ran out of back in the day. So, where Chief and her team, her daughter, was gracious hostess to us in Phoenix coming here. We didn't have to want for nothing, and everything basically was taken care of. So I definitely appreciate her for that, and her family and her team.
Yes.
As well.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, and like Phoenix said, every place we went to, from the hotel to the eatery places,
to Walmart, to the mall, every experience here was absolutely pleasant. Every experience, over the top pleasant. It was just like, this is how they give it up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
The park, absolutely beautiful. The minute you pull up on the park, you get this, it's this energy, this feeling that you get. Total peace. I left New York with a lot of things on my mind, some heavy things on my heart. The minute we pulled up to that park, you can feel that energy. It's an absolutely beautiful place.
And the people that were invited there, they felt at home. They participated. We got some images we're going to be posting later on in social media. Even the passerbyers that were walking on the trail, were stopping and amazed at what was going on.
Yes.
So it was definitely a full experience.
The I mean, everything. The roads are smooth. They're wide enough. Everything here is nice. The people are beautiful. The park, the land. This is one place in the park that a magical place, if you will. And I'm going to say that because in the amphitheater of the park, there's some things that they did to try and destroy this natural effect of this particular location in the park. And if you have ever been in the studio and, you sing or anything, when you cup your ear, you're able to hear yourself. It amplifies your voice so you know what notes to stay on. Well, in this particular area that they've now covered up from its original state, and they put bricks, they still made it very nice. You don't need a microphone. It's like the acoustics from the natural landscape of the trees, the grass, right there by the water. It's like having a Bose sound system. You hear me? You can whisper and your voice carries enough. Absolutely magical place. And they did some things to take that away, and it still didn't happen. So it also shows the persistence and the power of the ancestors. Um, it's a beautiful place. You can get your mind right there. You just sit there in silence with whatever situation. It's a wonderful, wonderful, enchanting place. I was so impressed. We're looking at the flora and fauna, and a lot of it's been destroyed by the colonizers. But there's still some things here untouched,
Sacred.
unscathed, and sacred, and
You know, let's
just
not
a
forget
natural
about
wonder.
the trading post that's been here since the 1500s.
Longer than the United States have been here.
Exactly. And they have it gated off because it has to be
Right.
renewed and everything. But it was just amazing to see the original bricks on the building that
That
is
were
still
made on
holding.
site
Hmm. That is
in the
still holding up the
1500s.
foundation of the building.
Right.
So yeah, I've got images of those and stuff. So
Yes.
we're definitely gonna share those
Yeah.
images with
Yeah.
you.
So this has been such a treat. But we'll be back again in April. Me and 20 turned 50 in April. I
Oh,
talked to my sister this morning, and this is where she wants to spend our 50th
Oh,
birthday.
make y'all laugh.
So
Thelma
we'll
told
be
me
back
today,
here in
we're gonna see
April.
two Phoenix. She said, I
Yes.
can't wait. We're gonna see twins. So our people looking forward to see Phoenix
Yes.
and her sister. And I know Celestine's coming back
Yes, indeed.
because we didn't get a chance to tour everything.
Right.
yes,
Right. We got to stand on top of the sacred grounds,
yes.
a sort of mound. The bayou, absolutely beautiful. Again, like I said, the flora and fauna is breathtaking. We didn't have to leave the country to see beautiful country. It's
Exactly.
right here,
Right here in Indian country, in
right here.
Bonfouca.
And you know what a lot of people don't understand, and you got a chance to see the cemetery is right there with the
Yes.
property. The oak trees go from there to the cemetery. The water that they sailed out on with Pierre
Hmm.
Jose, you standing where Pierre and his
Right
soldiers
where Pierre,
launched from.
Josiane, and the
Hmm.
Battle of New Orleans, and the soldiers and the people that helped save and establish the United States, standing on sacred ground.
Hmm.
Absolutely beautiful. And you felt that energy. You felt that energy.
Yes.
Um, just an enchanting
The
place.
soldier that we met yesterday that was just there for peace. She didn't come for the
Yeah,
program. She was welcome. My chief aides had welcomed her,
yeah.
stood and say, "Look, you're welcome to come. This is our way of
Mm-hmm.
being." And she told me, she said, "I come here for peace all the
Mm.
time."
Hmm. Hmm.
She said, "I'm a retired soldier, just
Yeah,
retired." She said, "I'm finding peace out here." Well, that's why that park is so important.
it really is.
Because if people can come from around the world to just sit with a book or just sit with nothing and absorb the clean air, look how
Mm.
far back in the woods you're going. There's a saying that the old people say if there's moss growing, the air is clean.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Moss can't grow in polluted air.
right.
So the
Hmm.
park gives you air to help heal your lungs and
Yes,
your
it did.
body, as well
Absolutely.
as your mind.
Yes.
And Ishmael, we're going to be looking for you hopefully in April too.
Hmm.
But it still gives you that, you still get that feeling you get at Moundville. We are, and a lot of people don't know it, so I'm gonna announce it a little more today while we're on air. We are getting ready to start working on putting the signs in, taking the fake signs down, bringing the real history. But
Hmm.
the best thing is we own part of that park
That's right.
as a tribe, and we're getting ready to build a replica of the village, a display with Indians that look like us. So even if they tear down the replicas in Moundville, we're getting ready to build
They're
it
gonna put them right
right
here
here.
in Bonfouca
Why?
Wow.
Because we're the same people in Moundville.
in Moundville. That's right.
So they may control through the universities the other places, but this is the tribe and the parish
Where it
That's
all
and
right.
the
started.
state and the government agencies that's involved. And yesterday we had elected officials out there that's willing
Oh,
to.
oh my goodness. I got to meet Arthur. His personality is notorious B.I.G. big. You hear me? Again, just tight hugs, firm handshakes, just the eye contact, the serious business. He is So we have it documented. That's right.
Yes.
Plenty of witnesses.
Hmm.
Just a wonderful experience. We had the chief's cousin sang, and I'm gonna tell you, I ain't been to church in so long. I probably got the knock to get in. Church came to that park yesterday, and you know as well. First of all, when their cousin Thelma opened her mouth, the hairs on my arms stood up. Got goosebumps. Then a cousin Steve sang, and everybody just sitting there rocking.
Hmm.
You didn't even know you was rocking back and forth, but you felt it. You didn't even
Your
know you.
grandmother's spirit rose up.
I'm
There. You're
sitting
like,
there.
I'm rocking for
I
grandma.
wanted to jump and shout and just undeniable, undeniable. Um, just an overall wonderful experience. And then the people passing by in the park, just doing their regular things, stopping to see what was happening and share the experience and wish the tribe well. It's just perfect strangers just enjoying the park and stuff. And they came to see what was going on. They stopped and talked and gave their well wishes, and they went about their business. But it was a wonderful day yesterday. I totally enjoyed it. I'm glad I was here for it. I'm glad I was here for it.
Let me tell you about the pine trees. Oh my
Ah,
gosh. The
Now
pine.
there's longleaf pines, some of those too. That's what the timber company cut down all the
right,
longleaf pines,
right,
Portavant,
yeah,
Salmon,
Hmm.
all of those people. But in
Mm.
that park, and a lot of them got lost to the storm. And then we had a brief moment where someone didn't know what kind of tree it was or whatever,
right,
and they went through and cut a lot of them out.
Yeah.
yep,
But we are bringing back the longleaf pine that
Yeah.
was historically here, there
Hmm.
in that park. So now
They
there you go.
sure are.
yes.
Yeah, those.
The
I've never
pine,
seen the pine needles so long. Like our regular pine up
yes,
in New York is, maybe as long as this. Their pine needles is like twice and
yes,
sometimes three times the size, and they were all over the park. They're all over Louisiana, the places that we've
yeah,
driven to.
yeah.
So they're amazing.
I mean, now you just brought me back to the beginning experience of the airport, from the airport experience with the shuttle driver.
Hmm.
The minute we stepped foot in Louisiana, that's
That's
where the
right.
customer service started. I got to go back to that because it
No,
was
no,
just,
before.
yeah,
When we was in LaGuardia.
yeah,
But at LaGuardia Airport, I was already there at the airport.
yeah.
Phoenix, she had an appointment, so she got there a little later. When I came, you had to wait on the long line to get to
Mm-hmm.
TSA and da 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 da. And it took me like an hour. Not only that, from the gate, from once you get cleared through TSA, you had to go to gate 55, which is on the other side at the end of the platform.
At
It took
least two
me 20
miles.
minutes
At
to
least a mile
walk
and
to
a half,
walk
two
there.
miles. Yeah.
So now Phoenix, she calls me when she gets there, and I was like, "Well, just be mindful. This is how it's going." And then I met the sister Luna at
Yeah.
the at on the other side
Yeah.
by gate 55, and I said, we talked, and I told her our
I'm late.
situation.
I was late. Just tell them I was super late running like OJ in the Hertz commercial in the airport. I was super, super late. Like the doors on the plane gonna close if I don't make it through TSA in 10 minutes late.
So Luna said, there's a shuttle bus. You could take the shuttle bus. You get it at gate 28 or whatever it was, and it'll drive you straight down here. So she didn't have to walk the 20 minutes just to get down there to make sure we got on the flight in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she made our experience,
Yes.
memorable and what happened.
Yes.
And you know what she said? She said she loves it when people are able to make
To
their
make their
flight.
flight.
So
Yeah.
that was just a blessing in disguise.
So now when we get here to Louisiana, we land in New Orleans airport. We're waiting for the rental car, deboarding the plane, the way the Delta flight, saluted us as we exited the plane, to the rental car situation, like just so in and out. I'm telling you, this was like
Everything was prepared.
everything.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be the way it was. Every single experience just worked in our favor. Um, Completely covered. Completely covered. I'm telling you.
Yes. Come on,
Now,
Chief.
Yeah.
I'm coming back
Yeah.
around on you up. So that's what you can do when you don't put on a fake get together. Okay,
Right.
guys? What they experience is the way it's
Mhm.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
Aima says, over there in Phoenix. She says, Mom, last year you didn't give no shots out to your sponsor. And we have one super
Yes.
sponsor. And Phoenix have been here to see the hospitality
Hospitality here.
of my sponsor. And
Mhm.
she heard my sponsor saying some of the people, that is in management here. Um, they love the show.
Yes, they do.
So my sponsor watches the show. All of them.
Mm.
We one big family here. And I would like to give a shout out that I didn't do last year because none of Cooking with Chief would have been possible to do those shows
It
we were
wasn't
doing
for
in the beautiful
these beautiful
surrounding that
people.
we had if it wasn't for Homewood Suite by Hilton. So if you come into town,
Y'all
stop
come
by.
stay here. Come stay at the Homewoods, the Homewood Suites. Everybody here. And this is another experience. We didn't stay here at this hotel, but they treated us like guests here at this hotel. Everybody from housekeeping to the maintenance man, Chief Warhorse, they know her show. They loved her. They had hugs for her. Anything we needed. And we're just here visiting her.
We had a bonfire last night
Bonfire
at the hotel.
By the poolside.
by
By the pool.
poolside.
So this is like my second home here at Homewood Suite. Um, I know Ishmael, I always give them shout out individually,
Yeah.
but for them to be my sponsor for this show from last year, or should I say from the year before, because they had already became a sponsor
Mm-hmm.
for the show at the end of 2022.
Right.
So they've been with us, and we must have done a good job. We never really gave them a full shout out on this page, and they still here with us, and here we are into 2024.
Yeah.
So think about the Homer Suite if you're coming this way. Um, I'm not that far from here. And a lot of times people will come here and they say, look, does Chief Warhorse be here? Does she live here? And they will also call me and tell me someone's looking for to meet your chief. So I'm building a nucleus in Bonfouca. Good hotel where people know who we are. Look forward to people coming to town to tour the areas. We are creating a layout, which I have a lot of QR stuff going on with it. With the trace, you have like 49 miles of tour to see the Indian culture. This is what I'm working on. So I wanted to wait till the day to tell you what I'm working on, creating a place where people of color and people who are not of color can appreciate it, but it actually bring honor to people of color, something we don't get to do too often because they are wiping it out and pushing it to the side and whitewashing it. And what we are doing here is putting the real history with the real color. And there are people of different races.
Yes.
I have a wonderful Latino Hispanic community, very supportive here in the hotel. And we have people with the gas stations, they
Oh man.
spreads the word.
Yes, they do.
We have the white community. And someone not gonna understand when I say I have the best Republicans. So somebody can say, did she say that?
That
Yes, I
is
did.
a fact. That is
Not
a
because
fact.
they're Republican, is who they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the political party. And I'm not gonna turn away people that's helping Phoenix to bring this reality out because they just happen to be a Republican or
That's
they
right.
just happen to be a Democrat.
That's right.
The people working with me care about what we're doing. They not ashamed to step up and speak out. So we're looking at a lot of tourist stuff growing this year around the history of the Choctaw tribe. I don't care how many people come in and try to fake theirs. Got to go back to one of the shows that even the people at the gas station is just everywhere. Um, People are saying my best show was the Tom Lakeland show.
Yes.
This is what people say in
Thank
the
you,
community.
Arawak. Arawak sent you a nice super
Thank
chat
you
right
very
there.
much. It's needed. We invest back whatever you all give. We invest it back to make this show work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you know what? When you all make contributions, it really helps because a lot of the shows, not saying it for money, we're not a Baptist preacher or one of them other preachers trying to
Right.
make no money, so don't think that's what I'm doing, but I just do want to let you know. A lot of times when we do shows, and they go for Phoenix too, and I've said it in the past, we're really not doing the show to get monetized. We have to get monetized to reach you,
That's right.
but we are not making money. Phoenix didn't make enough money to fly into Louisiana from the show last year to cover her expense. She came in on Phoenix so that she can witness. And you need witnesses. You remember I told y'all too many people be lying? So Ishmael, he went into Alabama last year. It takes funds to do that. So if you really appreciate what we're doing, short loving kindness, hey, a lot of pennies go a long ways. A lot of dollars go a long ways. And when someone just give $49.99, that's $50. You can get a penny off the street. That can help do a lot.
Yeah.
But even if no money comes, we're gonna make it happen for
That's
you
right.
because we've been left out too long. And we went through this phase. I told Phoenix it's hard for the real tribe, and I told us this. I was talking about this last night. What messes up real tribes is when a bunch of fake people create tribes and create a name, confuse the people on the internet, have them
Yeah.
looking in the wrong direction. Those things add problems. So funding is not going to come that much to
Right.
stuff like what I'm doing.
Right.
But I'm not doing it for the
And
funding.
whatever funding does come, Chief gonna put it right back to the people. Nothing for herself. And from what I've gathered, the politicians, the people, they all love that about her. And I'm sure it makes her very intriguing because what do you
Thanks,
want for
Ishmael, for
yourself?
the $20.
What she wants is for the people.
So Phoenix had a chance to see my people. Chief aides.
Hmm.
Those were chief aides. Those are, she saw some elders. Um, I let them speak for themselves.
Hmm.
And I think they were saying stuff like, "You're doing what we want you to do." Do
I,
what, Amy?
I heard one of the elders say, that's why my grandmother or that's why my mother wanted you to be chief. Like my mother was one of the people that decided about chief becoming the next chief. When you hear elders speak so highly of how their elders felt about chief being in that position,
You know, that's why I
no
wanted to.
jealousy, no any of that. No, it wasn't any of that. It was all there. Everybody playing their part. Everybody playing their part.
And that's what we wanted Phoenix to come. Not that I was lying. Not that she's, doubted what I was saying. But it's good to come and see it,
See for
right, Tucker?
yourself. Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
I heard some stuff way back that Phoenix told me was said. And I'm like, well, those people don't know me. you know, they don't know what I've done in this parish. So Phoenix had her and Celestine a chance to hear white Republican women like Liz
Hmm.
describe how far I go back with me working in these communities. Not as a chief, I was just an Indian working in the community.
Right.
Um, but I've been a leader for a long time. And so Phoenix got a chance to hear the report on. She laughed even last night when Liz was saying we were fighting for grant money,
Yes.
and we get to some of these black communities, and I'm gonna let Phoenix finish that one because Ishmael, you're not gonna believe this, but this
This
was in the '80s.
this was 1983. So Miss Liz T tells the story. They get the funding. The people didn't have any water. They didn't have any sewage. Liz T and Chief Warhorse fight to get the funding. They get the funding, and the people no longer wanted what they needed. They wanted
Thanks to
what
the
they
$20
wanted. So
super sticker,
it went from,
Calistro. I hoping I'm saying that right.
I think that's Calistro.
Yeah,
Calistro, yeah.
Calistro.
So the people no longer cared about getting water or sewage. They actually wanted cable.
Say that again.
The people did not, and they didn't any longer want water or sewage. They wanted cable instead. When they got the money for the parish to get the water and the sewage, they chose to have cable TV instead.
So what we were talking about yesterday is the years I worked to bring in funding And like I said yesterday, I was scared to fly in the 80s. I hadn't started flying yet. So Liz was doing the flying to Washington, and
Right.
I would deal with New Orleans. And what I was saying is we couldn't get elected officials, even of color here,
Right.
to stand up for these things. So I had no choice but to rely on whites, be it they were Democrat or Republican,
Mm-hmm.
because the black leadership didn't want to rock the boat. Okay? So we reached out to New Orleans, and that's how I ended up with Reverend Alexander and uh, people like, I just called her name yesterday. I'll get back to it. But she wasn't even an elected official. And we had Diane Bajwal step forward. They was with the Black Caucus. And in Louisiana, we had sort of a real Black Caucus. I don't know what we have in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
But in Baton Rouge, there was this real Black Caucus that even if you wasn't in a district, you could bring your plight.
Right.
And name hit me, Dr. May Taylor. Miss Dr. May Taylor stepped forward and said, Chief, we brought him here on a little tour and showed them the areas that didn't have water and the people was hauling water. And Dr. May Taylor says this is a third world condition in the 80s.
1983.
And so Miss Dr. May Taylor, Reverend Alexander, they went pushed forth for state money to match. And they also opened the door for federal monies to come in. And when the money come in, I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna get roads, we're fixing to get ditches and street light. She called me one night, she says, one of the communities have called a meeting and Elwyn, they don't want sewage water. I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, we have like $4 million. And I'm like, that'll do it. That's a water well.
Yep.
That's everything. She said, no. They told me they don't want it. I said, what do they want? She said they want cable TV. We didn't even have a cable company over here. The cable company was in New Orleans. So she had to waste money and negotiate deals with the cable company to get them to come in. Those same communities came back 2 years later
Yep.
saying, we need water and
We need
sewage.
water and sewage.
She explained to you all yesterday the housing condition. You couldn't get urban renewal. Blacks were not living in subdivisions in the 80s. So you was pushed to live and build within the environment. So I fought so that we could get Section 8. And as soon as we got Section 8, a lot of people left their communities, moved to other communities, and didn't look back to save their communities. Now those communities are the ones that you see in developers buying up and going to push the remainder of the older people out. That's one thing I sort of regret that I did, sort of, because it didn't help the community. It hurted it way more than I thought. I thought it was going to be an advancement, but they didn't want the money for the goal to improve those areas. They wanted to take the money and move to what they were saying that the subdivisions. And the subdivisions was the second home to them because prior to that, who had that home first? Were white military people and middle class lived in those subdivisions, which would be places like Kings Point and um, um, Huntwick and all of these areas. So what they did is, as they began to sell their houses to the black immersion community, they took the money and went built other more expensive communities. Thank you, Antoinette Johnson, for the $40. Um, this is what people fail to realize. The more of a fight, the problem would sometimes be mostly people of color. They were scared you were going to mess them up
Yep.
or take something from them or cost them their job. And these white ladies that was working with me back then, they lost husbands, some of them behind trying to help the community of color. I can't tell you of no one of color who have lost a spouse because they were working against the power that be
Right.
to better the community. But these people I can witness to. Um, but Liz took it very personally. She began to see the condition. My mom had been working hard to bring a health clinic into Pearl River, and Pearl River was some downtown. Black folks don't belong there. So the first health clinic was brought in was through my mom and me and this lady by the name of Craddock, Betty Craddock, and another lady by the name of, and I'm telling you, this is women.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, we call her Betty. She's from St. Joe. We fought, brought the first clinic through the state. It wasn't federal at that time, it was state. It had to be put into the white community. Not because it was of racism. It was the white community that was willing to give up the buildings in Pearl River to get the first clinic started. So it's not like I'm just doing this, my mom did it. But Liz and I began to bring in federal clinics. And these federal clinics was supposed to be funded ever since back in 1968, but none had ever came to these areas. So Liz and I go back into bringing health clinics in. Um, as of yesterday, um, Phoenix and Celestine had a chance to see. I didn't bring the first clinics trying to bring it to the Native American community.
Yeah.
I brought in clinics that everybody can use. And it was amazing yesterday for Liz to say, let's bring a clinic in, this time to Native American that everybody um, can share. So we're bringing about changes in the whole community. We're not looking for commodities from the government. Nah, federal recognition, as I told y'all in the past, was a political move,
Right.
okay, by Nixon. We chose not to be a part of that. I said yesterday, and I'm going to repeat it. I'm not running around here, I don't speak the best of English, but I'm doing pretty good with it on my generation, and the kids doing a whole lot better. But as long as you understand what I'm saying, I am not walking around here talking about, we need water. You mean you've been in America, you're in the school system, and you still stuck on you need water? You need the federal government to give you food. You need casino. I don't need a casino. Phoenix is sitting in the area we told last night. You have casinos on one side of us in Mississippi, casinos on the other side of us in New Orleans. We are sitting here and fought against a casino, and they had to lay everything out to build a casino,
Right.
and our community voted against having casinos. We like that country piece
Mm-hmm.
is growing fast here by developers, and we're going to lose that hospitality that y'all are experiencing.
Right.
So with growth, you lose something. We hope when people come here and tour, we're not out here trying to make money off tourism. We don't have a huge tourist market
Right.
here. People come here to go to New Orleans or come here to go to Mississippi to the casinos. I figure if I'm gonna bring something here on tourism, Phoenix, it's gonna be something that help people understand about health.
Right.
We sick in America. We have actually America have made the world sick. You want me to say it again? Who have plagued the world with diseases came from America. America played the race card. America helped to make the world sick. I'm looking at Bonfouca, that love y'all feeling. That's what Dick Gregory used to say. The world needs to experience.
Mm.
We want that love to go from coast to coast, but it have to be real. It can't be a con game.
See,
It's very real here.
speaking of love from coast to coast, we were talking yesterday, and about maybe 4 years ago or so, I had gotten a bag, a bug out bag on emergency and preparedness. I took her on in-person training, and in the bug out bag, in case of any kind of emergency happens, you have to have the necessary things within your bug out bag. Now, just through that conversation alone, I know we have it in different names in different states, but as New York is called emergency preparedness.
Yeah. Or bug out.
And
Yeah.
after you take the course, they give you the information that you need to have and da 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 da. And so I was able to be have what I needed in case of an emergency. What I found out yesterday from Chief Warhorse is that she was the one that pioneered them
Yes,
having those bug out bears and being
yes.
prepared for emergency. She was able to help over 65,000 people when Katrina went down here, right here in Louisiana. So she said blueprint.
We need to let we dying out right here. Get that charger.
So she led the blueprint on emergency preparedness
That's
that
right.
she's learned through her family that she shared with us. And everybody eventually had to come to her to ask the questions, what do we do next? Because everybody didn't know what to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happened is during Katrina, prior to Katrina,
Mm.
we already had a plan. We had a database I had built with all the information from my people, especially elderly and sick. I had documented what medicines they were on.
Mm-hmm.
Being that all this was in the system and pictures of their houses and conditions, we were actually doing this for us, I'm being honest. And when Katrina hit, and we were able to move through the system so fast, and the government saw how we was just peeling out what we had, I was asked by 2007, well, some stuff started immediately, but the government was like, we need to use this. We wrote the first declaration. There were no such as a disaster declaration. We wrote the first declarations, and I received a call while I was in Arkansas in 2005. This is like right in the midst of the battle of Katrina, and this gentleman called me from Tennessee, and he says, "Can we talk to you for a moment? We have never had anyone to send us a declaration. What made you
Mm-hmm.
send a declaration?" I said, "Because the declaration going to prove that these are legit people, came from a
That's right.
legit address with legit issues." And I'd already been working with Huckabee when other people were still trying how they were going to be.
That's Mike Huckabee,
Yeah, other people were
presidential
still
candidate Mike
working,
Huckabee.
trying to figure out how they were going to um, diverse the system and helping people, including government agencies. I had already met with Huckabee on the Monday while the storm was raging in Louisiana, telling him what we needed for to be able to return. That became page one. What's immediate help to take and level a person out
Mm-hmm.
What's
when
it look
you know.
like? Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I told my people, I'm giving you 90 days. I'm gonna work hard, but for 90 days, I'm giving you 30 days to get your plan together. 30 days to go home, evaluate, accept your losses, and in writing, give me what your plan is to get back home or how you're gonna live. 90 days, that next 30 days is implementing time. So we had a 3 month plan that I gave my people. Everybody didn't like it, but there was a 3 month plan. And within that 3 month plan, that opened the door. By February, I was in Washington meeting with um, Hillary Clinton and Vitter to sit down and talk about what needed to be done. So I brought my packet and gave it to Hillary Clinton. So that's one way it made it into New York. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she was good friends. And this gentleman just died, and I went to his funeral last year. Reverend Stewart was a good friend of the Clintons. And Reverend Stewart and I had a very close relationship in Arkansas working on relief, recovery, and reentry. I created relief, recovery, reentry 2 days after the storm.
Mm.
I had not even met back with Louisiana yet. So then I was finding myself under the governor of Louisiana and the governor of Arkansas saying, this is what we need you to do. So I was working with Huckabee team in Arkansas.
Yeah.
At the same time, working with my Louisiana team through Catherine Blanco. And sooner or later, I'm going to have a guest on here that was the first contacts on anything that went out. So it was no way for me to steal money. I've heard people tell that lie in other states, or someone told them that it's never money. And y'all found that out yesterday. I don't move money, I move power. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So moving power can move money.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is, with the two governors with two states, I was able to have the Department of Health and Hospital in Louisiana, Department of CDC, all at my beck and call to be able to move things fast and speedily through the area. Le Chip at that time was Louisiana Health for the Kids. So we had Le Chip on regular board meeting, and I brought all the agencies together to designate out what need to go to which agency, which mean the paperwork was going to move faster, okay, and you would get processed faster. Well, In the process of doing that, it brought about um, speedy service, more accurate data, which then was asked could they use my program. So through a guy, y'all saw Rudy Macklin on my show. So Rudy Macklin started asking me, can we use this? And so he began taking it to the region, you know, idea. Um, Not only was he doing it, the military, Louisiana National Guard, which I was working very close with. That's where your housing vouchers were coming from, even the funding for your housing in other states. So I worked very close with the gentleman, the three gentlemen that was over that also. So I had every agency at my beck and call. That beck and call wasn't for me to fill my pockets. I always was last to get anything. I made sure everybody else was taken care of first. It was so bad in Arkansas, they would be like, we're not doing another thing until you give me your daughter and your husband to tell us what you need because you're worrying about everybody else's
Everybody
needs.
else.
So Reverend Stewart and them started passing this thing. Don't give Chief nothing for her people till we see where she have her household in the list. So, but my thing was, I felt I was 43 years old. I felt I could take what I was dealing with. My husband was strong. My kids is strong. We're a leadership family. We were helping those who was losing their jobs, losing their homes, losing their families. So I said, you know what? I got a call for you. And that was what I was doing. And it brought me back to the governor's office to meet with the military. It brought me, um, at that time, the military was like, can we move you back out of Arkansas? We can move you into Chalmette into a safe environment. I'm like, I can't get no safer where I'm at in Arkansas. And it was so funny. I told them, look, I'm used to my clients from Pearl River and St. Tammany. Now, you want me to go to Chalmette and deal with another racism I'm not used to? I'm good where I'm at. And I actually answered them that way. But what made the program keep moving, other disasters start happening. And they start turning to Louisiana for a model. Well, the model that Louisiana was using was what Choctaw Tribe model was. And you know, while we're on that topic, if we wouldn't have had a delay on today with the military because of the storm, we were getting ready and still is. It would have been announced and I would have had a packet in my hand today on the next level because we are now working on a new pilot and that pilot will be done in Region 9 in Louisiana. Um, Technology has changed since Katrina. A lot of stuff need to be tweaked a little more. Um, Back in the days, I had people with their stuff burnt to CD. I still will tell y'all that is one of the first measures I would tell you because a CD can fall in the water. As long as it's not scratched, you can dry it off and you still got your data.
That's right.
A chip can fall in water
And be
and
completely
you done lost
damaged.
everything on it. So I'm going to be doing some preparedness shows. The good thing is we actually have a federal military manual this time, meaning a guideline that you go through for training. You're going to get certificates based on your training with us this time. You will be having myself, the health department, and the military. So it's in and up. So not only was I the one did the base, I'm the one fixing to do the tweaking and the ending it up for the next disasters because now we're having snowstorms, we're having ice storms, we're having floods. So there's some altering we have done to include everybody. But the original plan was based for local, not a national
A
plan.
national thing.
Right.
So what I did for local became national.
No, right.
And I do feel honored that I've created a lot of programs that the government have used, still using, and feel that I'm a good go-to person. But you have to remember, I'm Indian. My
That's
people
right.
didn't have all of this stuff. So they brought us up in a way they survived. And we're going to have to get this next generation to get out of, and let me do it this way. I don't care if you're a billionaire. Money only can buy so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So what the billionaire can do, if he don't know how to plant a garden, he have to hire somebody
That's right.
that know how to plant a garden. But if no one want to work for the billionaire because the money has no value, which they found out during Katrina, you had all the money you wanted. It didn't help you.
Didn't help you.
You needed some common sense, and you need to have some things pre-done to have a light at the end of suffering. So I helped the government to help not only the 65,000 that went to Arkansas, but all evacuees that went around the country because they start falling into play with the procedure and guideline that we had put in place. And FEMA adopted a lot of those things. Also, MEMA in Mississippi. So Louisiana and Mississippi and Arkansas was the three states. I had called them my power states. I said I would take the power from one state and deliver it to the people in the next state. So it was this tri thing of the three states, and working those three states made it available to help people, which brought me into New York for my first trip into New York. So by February of 2006, I was in New York freezing with the rest of y'all because they were putting the evacuees out of their apartments.
Yeah.
Phoenix and I was talking about where she work at now. And I told her, I said, they tore that hotel up during Katrina.
I was speaking to one of the security guards, and he's telling me a story about the Katrina evacuees and how they had to call for people to come and help them get themselves together.
So it really doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. And this year we need to talk about that more.
Yeah.
Our behaviors during disaster. That's going to be one of the first things. I saw people cursing people out. I saw ministers cursing people out for service. I saw very few people saying thank you. I saw after other states helped, even in Louisiana. Louisiana people, especially people of color, I can't say about the white community, but I know I don't see major help coming from the communities of color around wherever disasters have hit to give back to another area in the record number that they should. And I think I can say that as being a person of color and working disasters all the time. I witnessed people when people were coming in to help them with their houses. They sitting out there drinking beer, kickbacks, and you know what? They're working. I'm drinking my beer. So people would go ahead and military people would do their duty, but they was like, no, they're not even getting up trying to help us get this refrigerator up out of here. We have to stop thinking somebody owes us something. And when you don't see where you owe yourself something, why would you think someone else is going to make you top priority? So we're going to have to start thinking different on, I need the black one too. We're going to have to start thinking different on disasters. Y'all, we making sure we don't die out here. I need the black plug for this one. That one not going to work. But I'm gonna have to take me a little break and let things do an announcement for me and thank my super sponsor again. I would like for y'all to help me thank my sponsor. I'm fixing to get a little more power. That don't go in there.
I've got a chance to meet some of the people here at Home with Sweets. Not only was I able to secure some information that's going to help me in a future endeavor that I'm looking to walk on, but the people that are going to show me some things and teach me some things that I need to know when I get to that next level. And just started off with the basic small conversation and I'm telling you, this is a wonderful place, completely immaculate, from the public bathroom to the suites. Um, Very manicured place, very beautiful place, and beautiful people. Down from housekeeping, I haven't met anybody here that didn't know Chief. Uh, they hug her. Oh, we haven't seen you in a while, and when's the next show? And people just, so excited to be a part of this. Homeless Suites by Hilton, great sponsor, great sponsor. They absolutely love Chief, and they look forward to her, being the truth teller that she is and putting the information out and them hosting her here. So this is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful place.
And
You hear?
it's
Come
hard to
stay
get
at
a
the
sponsor
Homewood Suites.
for people of color with the topics that
we
we
touch
talk
on.
about.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
but we as people of color, and especially Indian people, we spend a lot of money across the country and around the world on travel and hotels. And like I said yesterday, my mouth gets me in trouble, always did. It's no big deal. I don't sing, but I talk. And my family respect the part that I do on the talking and fighting, and I respect the singing and praising and support that they give to me.
Right.
Everybody can't take the heat. And when you're the talker, you got to be willing to get beat up a little bit.
That's right.
Hold on, y'all. Phoenix, I'm looking at the news. You're not fixing to go to the airport. That's what's in New Orleans right now. And St. Tammany Parish. And look at how God have it. We sitting here. We ain't even in there. It's around us. And this happens a lot here. Okay? We looking at the storm as while we in here. But
it looks like I'll be here with Chief for one more day, and I'm totally okay with
her,
me
her and
too.
Gavin prayed up this storm, okay, y'all? They prayed this storm up. Yes, they did. But I'm honored to have a sponsor that we all contribute in travel to. I know Ishmael says he only do the chain of the network of these hotels when he's traveling. We talked about that. And we need to be mindful where we do spend our money.
That's right.
And when we have a good relationship with a chain or network, we need to make that available. And, we have to stop staying by what we can afford and stay by what respect.
That's right.
Okay? So
That's
we're
right.
getting respect. We giving respect. And if you just happen to travel and you're not putting money in my pocket now, okay, tell them other people. I know our team is they Chief and Phoenix tight. We ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking to someone else come along to get some leftovers. Okay. We gotta talk to them. They come on and scrabble in the night so we can't see they getting some good food.
That's
Okay.
right.
I just want to let them know that it's not about the money. My sponsor believe in what I'm doing because it links directly with tourism.
That's right.
My parish tourist department love what I'm doing. Um, I want to bring tourism to the Gulf
Let me say
Coast.
something. If this is, again, the casinos are in Mississippi and the casinos are in New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
this gonna be where they come to heal up. This gonna be the place where they come to heal and relax and think and process things.
Mm-hmm.
The in between, this is a nice place to be for that. So in between these two places where anything can happen, you have some place. This is a safe space.
Yep.
This is the place of nature and the natural things around the
Amy and I was
place.
talking about something you said earlier today. You and her were talking about you are so one the best of two worlds. Yes, we do have the California beach
Yeah, yeah,
down here. And yes, we have some of the things you would find in Broadway and movie making. That is all this is here. Everybody talk about, and I'm not beating up Atlanta, but if everybody, and my husband was a cement finisher, and when people find out you make so much money in cement, everybody had a wheelbarrow. Or he used to say everybody have a trowel and a machine and a truck. Well, what you have done is overcrowd the market, so the value of your work starts to get less. So people can pay you less because, hey, you come a dime a dozen. But when you have a unique place that you have great things to offer, you don't want a whole lot.
that's right.
We have just enough here to build. You have more movies being made in Louisiana, in St. Tammany. I'm talking about these things because I didn't talk about it last year. And I think you all need to know what I'm involved in. I'm involved in making changes. And I've been involved with making changes. But I think through you all, we have built a good network that's not dependent on somebody else's show. If we all pull our people together, we may have 100,000 people.
That's right.
Why I'm saying that, I have nearly 200,000 views last year before my 10th or 11th month. So we have something to market with. My goal was to build it. And there's always saying, if you build it, they'll come.
That's
Okay.
right.
So social media have allowed us to build to tell you what's really here. No, I don't own a hotel. No, I don't own none of the things but that pieces that we own in the park and what we have as tribal. I'm not, the more you build business coming back in, the more you can build an economic base. But people are leaving here, going to Atlanta. Okay, I have to touch on
They'll
some
be back.
sticky stuff. Okay,
They'll be
they're
back.
going to Atlanta. My goal is why leave to go capitalize where someone else put the work in and built power, and
Mm,
why not build power where you are at?
right,
Y'all understand what I'm saying?
right.
We keep chasing whoever opened up this and whoever opened that. Why not build it in your area? If you build it, they'll come. So the hotels are here. When I say clean, these hotels is clean.
Immaculate.
I have the state health department come and meet in these places, and they like this is the cleanest hotel and the best hospitality we ever seen. Okay, we are networked with them as the tribe. We don't own the hotel. I heard some discounts. I'm not gonna quote them right now, but I heard some discounts by coming here being associated with Chief. Heck, I need to be associated with Chief and get them prices when I'm traveling.
Yes, indeed.
And I just heard these things last night. And Phoenix and I, we ain't saying that. And I don't know some things. Listen, when we heard the price, and I looked at things and she looked at me, I'm like, okay, they must really like
That's
what we are
right.
doing. So I hear some about what, how can I say it, media people out there that been in the media for a long time. They're on there. I have to watch what I say, because they're going to boot me out. Well, I'm just getting into this social media thing. I can accomplish some things without social media. Okay, I want y'all to understand that. So if they boot me out because I said something, I'm gonna just use my grassroots measures that I've been using for 40 some years and keep doing what I've been doing. Okay. Social media cannot be your only piece of outlet. Okay. And you have to start building power. Remember we was talking last year, we gotta respect each other. We have to network from town to town. We have to invite people. So I'm looking now, I'm minding my business at the end of the year. I'm looking at the people in the church fighting, telling on each other. I'm looking at the people in the music industry telling on each other. Everybody fighting each other. So what I can tell you, everything that shine wasn't gold don't look like things.
That's right.
Because now everybody said, well, I was underpaid. I'm just have to call his name, y'all. I'm serious. Because, see, I be telling Mr. Raw doing a tell. Well, y'all better get like Cat Williams. Y'all better start telling them who stole your stuff. Y'all know I was already telling last year who stole my stuff and calling name.
That's right.
So I understand Cat Williams. Okay. That let you know it's not just in the media. It's not because you got the media people crying, they cutting us short and we got to get our own show.
Yep.
Anywhere there is something that you have of value, your talent, your labor, whatever, your land, your history, your culture, they see a value in this that you don't see. So yeah, they'll cut you short. But it's time now you start understanding that what your people left you is more greater than you have really accepted yourself. You know where your burial grounds are. You know your grandmother didn't come from Africa, or your grandmother didn't come from Jamaica, or maybe they did. Don't keep switching your identity every 2, 3 weeks.
That's right.
You didn't confuse you and your children. Your children don't know, I know college educated people. They done went through about 6 or 7 different groups. They done confused their children. So the real enemy is not the other people. The real enemy is who's confusing their own children and grandchildren.
That's right.
If that's not your history, leave it alone. But if we're looking at what's happening in the music industry, well, let's say what had happened that's coming to the light. Can't again blame just the white man. Told y'all them black Europeans is dangerous. There's a lot of black folks they complaining about. So we need to get off this race ticket. If a person do you something they right, deal with it. If a black is who have done it, deal with it. But all the time is not the same people. Okay, guys? Some of them same people we don't turn everybody down. I had someone tell me, maybe less than 3 weeks ago, honey, it was gonna try to make me think all white people are black bad. My question is all black people good? This year, 2024, we need to be dealing with empowerment. Can y'all put empowerment on there? Y'all are some powerful people. Y'all are very powerful. Now you got to start using that power. Look at that Ishmael chief can change her banner.
Speaking of
But I'm not
empowerment,
all over. That's what I'm saying. Penny, see, I'm sitting here, Ishmael.
She's
I'm
sitting here
sitting
working.
up.
She need no help. She done figured this out. She done taught me something. Amazing.
That comes from not being jealous of one another. Ishmael let me watch him in Alabama, right, Ishmael? And I was able to watch him, Phoenix, and I said, I got it now. Watching these doggone windows and apples working together in partnership.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
In conjunction, she got the Windows and the MacBook working together.
I want to show y'all what working together is. See, I might have put the base out to help on disaster preparedness, but look at Ishmael could come back. Some people understand you ain't the only one. So I'm not the only one. Ishmael come back. He knew I wanted to be able to do my own little presentations and jump. And Ishmael didn't dog me out. He was trying to let me know just how easy it could be. And y'all know Chief had a telephone. I'm doing this because I owe Amy this. Amy was laughing. Mama got that doggone telephone. Got people turning their head this way and that way trying to read. And I'm like, that's all right. They're going to hang with me for now. But do y'all know that is one of my top, stop laughing at me. That's one of my top videos, y'all. Y'all understand that?
What's their favorite
video.
show of
I
the
gotta show Ishmael something, y'all. This is for Ishmael.
favorite show of the year? What we doing?
We're gonna do the favorite show of the year in a minute, but I gotta show Ishmael something because he didn't even take long. It was just that one show y'all saw us doing at the hotel, and I watched it. And then Ishmael, I'm on another page and watch Chief Ishmael. Check her out, Ishmael. Do you see that? I don't have a telephone jumping up there this year. No, no, no. No, I don't. And I can even bring in videos if I had to. What you say about that, Ishmael? What's my grade, you and J Moore?
You see it?
Sookie,
You
Sookie.
see it?
See, a lot of people have faith without works, like I told them yesterday. You gotta work at stuff. I say, I'm in class while I'm not online. When I come back, I'm gonna show I appreciate the work that y'all have put in with me and helped me to get this channel rolling so that we don't have Chief Warhorse making y'all look bad up there with a telephone for Amy to laugh at, switch swatching it in front of your face. Nope, we done moved up a little bit. See there, it's been say screen share, Chief. I'll try to get it, Ishmael. I'm gonna get better though. I'm not there yet. But that's also a part of empowerment. That's what I want people to understand. I love calling Ishmael and things and say, hey, or even J Mo, hey, could you put this stuff up there for me? But it's good even if they see I didn't waste their time for a year and I was willing to learn. See, it's a difference. You got these tribes federally recognized, still waiting on someone to give them something. Okay? Our email is ready for something Phoenix and I wanted to say. We are 1 hour and 19 minutes in here, and y'all got to get us credit. It is not 8 o'clock at night, and it's not 10 o'clock at night, because we really thought Phoenix was going to be flying out. So we came on early. I even want to start seeing y'all favorite shows and
Of the year.
for the year.
The ones that you've seen in the past.
The ones you saw in 2023, they current Davita is waiting to see. Davita have five running across there, y'all. Jazz waiting too, huh, Jazz? Thank you, Jazz, for seeing them doing good. You know, it was a little class I had to take. And but I want y'all to also understand we can learn from one another. And I want to say again, thank you, Ishmael, for having patience with me, you and J. Martin Phoenix, while I found the time it take to get this going. So it's gonna only get better because I'm not gonna pretend I done learned everything. I just have learned enough that I don't have to put the telephone up there. Okay? So this is gonna be a great year. We'll be able to move through some things a whole lot quicker. And Ishmael later on, they're like Phoenix is delayed. We're gonna talk on something that I have an idea. Okay, right now Davita say hers is Tom Maitland.
Mm-hmm.
We waiting. Amy, y'all gotta catch him and see which ones. I saw a Tom Maitland go by. Huh? Tom Maitland, Evans say Tom Maitland and the sweet potato lies. That's it. The best of 2023. Mr. Waldo, I talked to him earlier today. He's feeling under the weather a little yesterday. He said he don't know where it come from. So I'm sure he might come on in. Okay, I got somebody up here, Lady Shout out your father. People is from Bonfouca, last name Ducre. Do you know me? Just yes or no. Sweet potato and gum. Ishmael. So far, look like Tom Hanks was a hit so far. I'm at the gas station that people saying that's their favorite show. I'm at the hotel, people saying that's their favorite show. So a lot of people watch that one. See what it was, the lies was the rice. No, white rice. It might be a racial statement. Say I said it. I meant it. That's that rice they put in the gumbo with the sweet potato. I liked that one too. McGruff. I might just have to say, not only did he tell a whole white lie, he made other white people mad. Y'all got that? They say Tombo. So he made a lot of people mad, all races, because they knew he was lying. And he admitted he was lying. It's not like I did anything. I left the room and let him have the mic. And he just went on in it. And then he said that at the end, that magical word. You know, the one that they don't never say until it slip out. I gave y'all a holiday dinner tonight. Thank you. We can't wait till a lot more of y'all come down and actually enjoy the park and actually feel this spirit in the park. It's for real. It's real. The people that stole it don't even know the value of that energy. They don't know what that energy is.
Chief, one of my favorite shows was when Nadia showed the map of Spain when they had, colonized Louisiana,
Okay.
and she had the proof of what tribes was there.
All right. Y'all heard what she said? Celestine said her favorite was when Nadia showed the maps that had the proof of what was here. Okay. Somebody say I'm not doing it. Okay, you along with Mr. Waldo, okay, and you want me to get up and dance. All right. I wasn't doing it. That was American Indian say part was I'm not doing it. Y'all remember when I told Tom button dance?
Hello, lo, lo, lo.
That's Stevie,
I'm
Phoenix,
not
Mr. Waldo.
doing it.
That's they played
Jasmine. Wilder did jazz.
We gotta rewind that clip.
We're gonna have a good get together. Look, if nobody else come to Louisiana, we have just about 10,000 subscribers, and if y'all come for one time out the year, look the power that we move. Whoa, y'all, the storm have made it here. Is opening the doors. Is blowing.
The building is
Y'all want to
shaking.
see the storm? Look, you turn the camera around. Hold on, I'm gonna show the storm.
We might need to go like lay in the bathtub or something. This
Look, look. Amy said y'all
Mother
can get,
Nature
if
is
we get cut
naturing right
off,
now.
don't y'all say nothing.
Part two, because it's coming. It's like it's a window.
Mother Nature is naturing
Let me
right
close
now.
this. Let me close this. If we get cut off, we'll be back. Look, you know the thing said we'll be back soon.
After these messages?
Yeah, after these messages.
We'll be right
Okay, let me show y'all live. Let me see.
Yeah.
Wow, look at there.
Yeah, that's a good view.
We're gonna do it better than that. See, Chief done got